And we're back. This is Double Talk. Mark Steffen.
Michael Mandel, still.
And we're here talking about, well, you know.
Well, I heard that you said that you recently smelled gas.
I did.
That wasn't your own.
It wasn't me, I swear.
And but we have more problems than that. As everybody knows, the miasma of smoke that has filtered through the town mostly is from Arizona, right?
Yeah, well, there's a big fire down in Mexico, just south of the border.
But we have border guards trying to protect us from that.
Right, and there's a big fire, you know, in northern New Mexico up around Raton.
Yeah.
And then we've got another big fire over in Carlsbad, right around Carlsbad Caverns. They've had to close the caverns at the national park there. And but the main fire that we have to deal with is the fire from Arizona,
which is now the largest fire Arizona has ever had.
It's now crossed the border into New Mexico. The governor has activated
National Guard to keep them out.
Troops to help
to keep them out.
They're about to. They've evacuated the town of Luna, New Mexico, because the fire is advancing on it. Luckily, though, the power lines that carry power from the nuclear power plant at Palos Verdes to El Paso has been saved.
Yes, and I believe you circled somebody's comment that...
Somebody at Sound Off had a good comment by which they said that a quarter-mile swath on each side of those power lines should be cleared.
Quarter? Half?
Quarter-mile on each side.
Only a quarter? Could be.
That's enough.
You have to knock down that many trees just to get your power line in there.
And so I agree with that. If they're going to save the power lines...
So if you were the mayor, you would go and tell people to, you'd have to be the governor.
The mayor of the world?
The governor, the mayor of the world, so that you could have everything you want just perfect and just cut down trees.
If only I could be the mayor of the world.
You'd be too busy because you have to do this show at least once a week. I don't know where you'd find the time to be the mayor of the world. So just be happy that you have this show to do, and you get enough of your opinion across to people, and they're going to vote for whatever you say because they're listening to the show. Well, anyway, the fire has just been amazing.
And it's got a name, this fire. It's called the Wallow Fire. I'm not sure why it has that name, but they think it was They think it was caused by campfire. A campfire that wasn't put out properly, and whoever set that campfire...
It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing what they will be coming for people. They actually do have a way. I know that many other large forest fires that have been set by accident in camps, and they have found the people who have done this. It was unintentional, yet something as small as a spark and a fire can start, man. Once it starts, it goes crazy.
And if it's negligent, you're still guilty.
So therefore, fireworks pose a big threat.
Absolutely.
And this is why there have been a number of, we're jumping over our drought story because fireworks are...
Well, we do have an air quality alert because of the smoke.
Yes.
Air quality in this part of New Mexico is now affected because of this fire, because of the Wallow Fire. It's worse in places like Santa Fe.
And Albuquerque.
Because they're in a higher altitude. But down here in New Mexico, we're at 4,000 feet. We have affected the sunsets and sunrises. You can see if you're up that early or
sleep that late.
You can see
if you go to sleep after.
You can see how the smoke affects the sunrise and the sunset. The air quality is bad. They suggest people who have asthma and COPD and other breathing problems to stay indoors. But
where do you get the air from?
You turn on the air conditioner, you're sucking it in from the outside.
Right. So you're stuck. So get oxygen.
Well, if you're on oxygen, stay on it.
And
especially if you have to turn the air conditioner on.
If you have sleep apnea, you get one of those little machines. That's pretty good. So if you have sleep apnea, invite all your friends over to have a oxygen apnea party.
Is that what you do?
That's what we do. You have
you
sleep
probably
apnea.
put laughing gas in there, don't you?
Well, it's the only way I get people to laugh because obviously the show doesn't work.
Well, your jokes don't do it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So you do laughing gas, and it's a real fun time. You're laughing, you don't know why. That's good.
It's kind of like this show.
We don't know why.
We don't know why nobody's laughing.
We do, because you've never seen so many flaws in one place at once. And I'm talking about flaws, not a floor show.
Well, because of one reason we have these fires is because of the drought. We have a severe drought, and we've had no rain for hundreds of days.
So what do you think came first? The drought? The drought probably caused the no rain, I would say.
Well,
since there was nothing to be absorbed.
The drought didn't cause no rain. No rain causes the drought.
No rain caused that drought.
And because of the drought...
We also live in a desert.
Everything is so dry that you know, we are in the rainy season right now, allegedly.
Well,
but anyway, because of the
maybe.
drought, 23 counties in New Mexico, including Doña Ana County, have received drought aid, and they've marked this as an emergency disaster area.
So part of the drought aid would be they're going to build conduits from the Midwest where they're having floods.
Is that really?
And they're going. Well, you know,
what's going to happen?
People have talked about this, and it would make a great project. You know, we don't have any jobs in the country. We're trying to do things that help the country in the long run, such as rebuilding. We
should dig a canal
roads
from the floods to here, right?
Either that or teleportation.
Well,
teleportation or pipes. New York State.
Crack pipes?
We can get all the crack pipes that people are throwing out and hook them together and just have them come right down here and have all the water.
You know, that'll work, Michael.
New York State still supplies New York City with all their water, most of their water. They have gigantic wooden pipes coming down from the mountains that were built in the late 1800s, and they're still using them. We have to do something like that now. Albeit it's perhaps about 1,000 miles of pipe, but we do that for water in Alaska, or for oil and gas in Alaska. You can do it here, and it's less volatile.
Well, they're saying, you know, in the future the wars won't be fought over gas or oil; it'll be fought over water.
That's what they say the big problem is. So why don't we do it now? Get that water from all those places that are flooding. You avert the floods. You make us less or more drought resistant.
Well, you know, we're getting funding from the government. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has admitted that it is a disaster.
They admitted it.
For the farmers.
Yes.
Because the farmers are paying for water, irrigation water that they're not getting.
Exactly.
Their crops are dying. And so we're getting disaster aid funds from the government due to the drought.
Yes.
Now, because of the drought, there's a fireworks ban. We're not allowed to set off fireworks.
Yes.
The only fireworks we can set off are ground-based things, fountains and smoke, things that cause smoke bombs.
The big fireworks. But we also have people who have fireworks stands all throughout this area.
Not
and
yet.
They make a lot of well, in the past years, they've made a lot of money. They've already bought supplies for this year, I'm guessing. And you know, all those colorful stands that we have a picture up there.
You can buy them, but you can't set them off. It's okay to possess them.
You can buy them. Oh, and keep them until the drought ban is off?
That's right. Unless you're in El Paso County. El Paso County doesn't even allow you to possess fireworks. You can buy, so they have stands just outside the city limits of El Paso. Have you seen them?
Yes.
You can go and buy the fireworks. If you take them into the city limits of El Paso, the police will just pull you over.
This is why Chaparral exists.
And give you a citation
Chaparral
and
makes a lot of
fireworks.
Money there.
So, no.
You have that, but what are we going to be left with after this these fireworks? People spend a lot of money on these companies, and they have to start selling. And they make a lot of money, too, because if they didn't make money, they wouldn't come back.
If they try to sell fireworks in a drought area, then they're crazy.
Why are we inverted here?
This is a drought region. You can't sell fireworks when we're having a drought. I'm sorry, we're having a drought. I wish we didn't. But you can't have fireworks when you have a drought.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
I don't blame myself.
Well, it's a little your fault, you know, because you have that bird sanctuary. Your bird sanctuary is probably eating up a lot of water.
No, it's not at all.
It's not. So that is it.
So no, there's no fireworks ban. Unfortunately, since the city has banned fireworks as well, they won't be able to have our 4th of July fireworks display.
Don't get me angry, because obviously I have a short fuse.
Well,
you see
that's what your wife said.
Yes. Don't confuse my fuses.
Never mind that. But you know what? This weekend.
What?
Well, today actually.
Today.
It's
Saturday.
Up at Young Park. If you're out running around, run up to Young Park. If you want to see some really cool cars, classic cars. It's called the Cars for Kids, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club. Up at Young Park today from 10 o'clock until 3 this afternoon. It's all to help the Child Crisis Center and Jardín de los Niños.
Oh, so they're not actually giving the cars to kids. I mean, it's called Cars for Kids.
They're not giving them.
But you shouldn't be giving cars to kids anyway, right?
No, but there's events up there, food and so forth, and all money taken in will go to these 2 charities that helps kids.
As well as today is the Gay Pride Day, and you should go and see all those things
at
Pioneer Park. So you can go from one park to the other today, just bounce between parks.
And also,
makes you buy park.
Also, if you want to take a little cruise up the valley, run up to Hill, you know, north of Doña Ana.
Run up the hill?
Run up to the little village of Hill.
There's a town called Hill?
It's called Hill. And there's
Is there a hill there?
There's the church just north of Doniana, a couple of miles. And that's a very old historic church, having an open house today.
Is that church made out of rocks?
Until 4 o'clock. It's a rock church. They're having a car wash up there.
Free hot dogs?
It's a very quaint little area. For hot dogs they have up there. Lemonade. Lemonade. You know, it's part of the things you do on your cruise today.
Here's your gourmet day. You go to Pioneer Park and get some free hot dogs, and you get free hot dogs at Young Park, and you can go to Hill and get free hot dogs all over the place. And you can adopt dogs in Pioneer Park.
Right, and then you can watch the Las Cruces Lifestyle Show right here on Channel 98.
And what would that tell you?
And
who's that with?
Oh, by the way, there's a meeting on the 21st. When is the 21st?
The 21st is probably, what, 2 days before this?
That's next week.
Oh, yes, next week.
And, you know, they're redoing the interchange, the bridge there at Motel Boulevard and Interstate 10.
They're also working on
They're going to redo that entire bridge. They're having a meeting about it.
That's
California. For those who might be affected by the whole...
around Motel Boulevard.
Yeah, because they're going to tear out the bridge.
We're all going to be affected. Anybody who wants to go west is going to be affected by it.
So that's at City Hall at 6 o'clock.
Or up and down.
6 o'clock City Hall, June 21st. If you think you might be affected by the new bridge project at I-10.
Are they serving hot dogs there?
I doubt it.
Well, then why would somebody go to a meeting if you can't get
really
free hot dogs?
Free hot dogs.
You particularly hate hot dogs, don't you?
I don't eat hot dogs.
What about sushi?
I don't eat swine anus.
You eat anus?
Hog anus, lungs and lips. That's
How about
not,
fish
not
anus?
Part of my diet. I'm sorry.
You know, you're not supposed to say anus on TV.
You can say anus.
Only if you're on cable. Oh, we are on cable, so it's okay to say that.
Oh, by the way, tonight at
What
midnight,
is tonight?
the New Mexico movies. Movies made in New Mexico. We've got an exclusive deal with the state to show these movies that won the awards at the film festival.
They look pretty good.
We'll be showing them tonight at midnight and the following midnights throughout the month. And with that, we're out of time, Michael.
I'm sure the guy who's had 12 DWIs is happy that we won't be talking about him.
Yes.
Because 12 DWIs is outrageous.
We'll bring it up next week. And with that, we have to say goodbye.
We do.
Good day. And we'll see you at the festivals around town today. Thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk.
So long.